All right, guys, welcome back. I'm Eric Luzak here from fishingzone.com. I have Jacob Scott with me. Jacob, how's it going?
It's going great, man. We've been really busy. So ICAST, as you know, the Detroit Auto Show of the fishing industry. What's crazy is, you guys know, everybody knows now, we've announced our Ghost trolling motor. But what's really crazy about it is the fact that while we were here setting up yesterday, instead of helping the guys set up, I spent most of my time yesterday talking to other exhibitors doing demos of our trolling motor when we're not even set up yet.
Well, I mean, you can't miss the Lowrance booth. Just look for the big crowd of guys around this thing. So I guess we'll try to sneak in a little more if we can. So I don't know, Jacob, you can kind of go through some of the features and the differences with this trolling motor versus, well, I guess Lowrance has never had a trolling motor.
We've never had a trolling motor. So we really like the fact that we spent our time on this. We did focus groups. We talked to anglers. What do you like in a trolling motor? What do you want in a trolling motor? All kinds of things like that. So what we came up with is we built a brushless motor on this system. So more powerful, more efficient, more reliable.
What is the pound thrust on like your bass boat one?
So at 36 volts, 120 pounds of thrust. At 24 volts, 97 pounds of thrust. So what does that equal? The guys that might be running that competition trolling motor, our 24 volts going to move your boat around at the same speed theirs is at 36 volts.
Okay, so now this is obviously cableless.
It is a fly-by-wire system. We have no mechanical cables in this, but we've built a pedal that feels exactly like your mechanical pedal. So when you put your foot on it, you have that same resistance. You have the same toe down, heel down. That same feel, that muscle memory that bass fishermen are used to, they get out of this trolling motor. So another cool feature is this trolling motor is 24 or 36 volts from the same motor. So you don't have to buy it. If you've got a 24 volt system in your boat now and you buy this motor, you upgrade to a 36 volt system, you don't have to change the motor. All you have to do is add the battery.
That's nice. And it fully integrates with your electronics?
Well, it integrates with the Lowrance electronics, so you've got the ability to, like, let's say you're at the front of the boat. This trolling motor has the anchor feature on it. So if you anchor there,
what do you call it? Is it called anchor?
It's called anchor mode. We got real tricky with that one. So what's really great though is, like, let's say you hook that 10 pounder, and anybody that fishes knows you're like running up and down the boat doing everything you can to not lose that fish. So let's say you wind up in the cockpit of your boat landing that fish and you didn't anchor your boat, you can actually reach up to your HDS or Elite TI2 unit and hit anchor right there at your unit. So you don't even have to worry about where you are in the boat. As long as you've got a unit next to you, you can work your trolling motor.
I thought you were going to say you can yell at it, hey, trolling motor, anchor, like Google Home.
That would be awesome.
Next one.
We're not there yet. So another feature we have on our pedal is called our flip switch system. And what this allows is, you know, some guys have their momentary switch on the left and some have them on the right. With our system, you can remove 3 screws and put the switch on whichever side you want it.
Right. So I will get a better look at that,
Yep.
but I know what you're talking about. So the foot, like where your toe touches the button, you can switch that around.
Left or right, whichever side you want it on. So not only that, but we have 4 other buttons on our pedal. So we have our anchor button, we have our heading lock button, which you could, you know, aim your trolling motor and step on that, and it's going to take you whichever direction you want to go. Then we have 2 more buttons on there that are programmable. So what that means is you could do something like set them up to mark a waypoint. So instead of having to reach down to your unit to mark a waypoint, touch it with your toe, mark a waypoint. The other thing you could do is you could program them to run your power poles up and down. So you eliminate your power pole switches from the front of your boat.
So you have some power poles in this boat. Are they like, they're integrated? Like they'll go to the Bluetooth of your power poles?
Yes. So, I mean, obviously these aren't powered up on this one because we don't want people running them up and down and hitting each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you could actually integrate them like with our HDS Live, how you have the programmable quick access keys. Essentially, we put a couple of quick access keys on the foot pedal of this trolling motor.
Okay, that leads me to my next question. You guys have a pretty cool transducer coming out, I've heard. I've seen some videos. Is that going to be integrated into this?
Yes, we've got a lot of great features that can be integrated on this. I mean, it's every time I talk about one thing, there's something else to talk about. So the nose cone of this trolling motor, it's got an Allen head screw on the front of it. You can actually take the nose cone off, which has an interference-free HDI transducer in it. So when you step on that momentary switch, you don't get the noise on the screen like you have with other trolling motors in the past.
It seems, I watched a few guys pick it up and put it down. It seems pretty effortless.
So yeah, it is really effortless. We have a two-way shock on this. So it gives you the lift assist putting it into the water, and it gives you lift assist taking it out of the water. So not only that, but instead of having to lower your unit into the water, nice, slow, and easy, you can actually just flip this over and that shock just catches it and lowers it into the water and locks it into place.
Interesting. I like everyone thinks they're going to get wet here.
So, yeah. Now, when he's got that on full and he's shooting all that water over there, the one thing I'm going to tell you is that's 24 volts. That's not 36.
Oh, wow.
So you're moving that much water with a 24-volt system.
I have a question. If you guys win Best in Show, is someone going to jump in this pool?
I'm not opposed to doing it.
I think that should be the rule. I'm going to hold you to it. Well, thanks, Jacob. We're going to try to get a little closer look at it and just play with it ourselves here, but I thank you for the time. I really appreciate it. Where can the folks at home go and get more information on this?
So to get more information on this, you can obviously go to the Lowrance website, lowrance.com. We'll have information and everything like that up there. There's quite a few YouTube videos out there. Some of our guys have already started putting their videos up. There's been some comparison videos put up there on YouTube. And then again, like I said, Lowrance.com.
And then when can they order these, and how are they going to be ordering it? Through their dealer, I assume?
Yeah, you'll want to order them through your dealers and retailers. And we're looking at shipping in October of 2019, so in just a couple of months.
So that means there's some available right now.
I don't know if there's any available right now because it seems like they're all spoken for on our test boats.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Thanks. Okay, so we're going to stay live. We're going to try to get a little closer. You know what? We've got a chance right now. Let's go up there.
Yeah, come on up.
All right, well, yeah, you're good. You're still with us. I like this.
Exactly.
It's your job, right?
Who's going to do the work? I'm actually going to tell you what to do. Go ahead and grab that handle and pull that trolling motor out of the water.
Oh, wow.
You'll also notice that head auto.
Right. I saw that actually on a YouTube video.
Exactly. So that's like an awesome feature because you guys don't have to. So now you pulled that wrong.
Oh, okay. I was
going
gonna
to set it back down.
Uh-oh.
You pulled
I'm used to a different brand.
You're used to pulling it like the other. If you look at the head of the motor,
Okay.
put that cable right about the center of it, a little further over. You'll find that hook right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So that gives you a little bit of a lift assist and a different pivot point. Now look how easy that just sits in place.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Different, that hook. I see it now. It's
Yeah,
right there.
you see that? So that was actually a design feature that we put in there because it lets you use the cable. It takes the strain and the wear off your arm and your shoulder because you tournament fishermen, you're out in there throwing it in and out, in and out.
Oh, yeah.
So anything that gives you that little bit of advantage.
I mean, every night we need to get a workout though. That's my only workout all day long.
Exactly. So, but you have that feature available, It's little things like the aesthetics. A lot of our pro guys, one of the funny things, I laughed about this. They're like, you guys put the knob on the right side of the motor for adjusting the height. I guess everybody else likes to put it on the outside where they have to reach over the front.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I mean, that's, like I said, we're all fishermen that worked on this project and we're like, it's not something we really thought of. It's just something we did because that's where it should be.
I'm trying to look at this very unbiased, by the way, and that's funny. That's a really good point you brought up there with that knob. I've thought about that.
It's little things like that. Now, also, if you get a close-up of this, you can see we have a nice cable containment system. Exactly. So you don't have the cables flipping over and landing on your units or getting in your way. Or how many times have you had cables that are all up front and you go to pitch and you hook your bait in that? And
Now, can you run your transducer and all your cables through there for your Lowrances?
so that actually already has a transducer cable run through it.
So if you wanted to swap it, put like a bigger one on or something, you would never have to?
Well, so for like the active imaging 3-in-1 transducer, it will connect through this same cable system that's already on here. Our new live site transducer, you would have to run it down the cable and shaft just like you currently
Yeah, you just go inside that.
It won't go inside that, but you just like zip tie it along with that and you've got that nice clean look still.
Yep, gotcha. All right, I'm going to touch it for the first time. First time. Oh, wow. I have to admit, it feels like a cable.
It feels like a cable steer.
Now, it's really noisy in here, but I'm curious as to if you hear much of a noise coming from that head unit.
You do not. It's a very quiet head unit. Typically, about the only time you hear any real noise from it is if you mash toe down or heel down or you're going really fast, lock to lock.
That was cool.
It's really fast, too.
But when I put it down, the pedal goes first, and then like it almost like whips the trolling motor.
And actually, if you look at it, it moves so fast.
The head's not catching.
The arrow's a little bit slower. So if you look over the edge when you do that.
Has anyone fallen in yet? Wow, that's fast. And I do hear that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's that steering motor spinning.
yeah,
really
and
fast.
you're not being stealthy at that point.
Right.
You know, you're not trying to be. It definitely feels different. I'll give you that. Yeah, it's a different pedal. It's a lot skinnier than the other ones too.
Yeah, and then the other thing you'll notice is that the anchor keys and your programmable keys, they move up and down with your pedal, so they're always where your foot's at.
Okay. Yep. That's a good point.
So, and then when you saw the head auto rotate to level when you were setting the trolling motor down, because of just like the muscle memory you're used to with your leg, this retains that position. So when you put it back in the water, it goes to that position.
Right. What I did notice is it's a two-piece shaft, and I see how it turned there.
It is. So we have a composite shaft on here that has a lifetime warranty.
Okay.
So then it comes up into the housing. So it's like a traditional cable steer trolling motor that you're used to. But if you look at it, you'll notice we have a 360-degree breakaway head on it. So it's got that spring in there. So if you come up on a stump or a tree or something like that, you know, you're going to hit that and your shaft's going to start flexing like that. And some other shafts, they actually bend on you and you're kind of...
Yeah. I know metal shafts will bend in here.
Exactly. So with that breakaway head, that spring compresses and allows the shaft to flex with it. And then as you come back off of it, it springs back into position.
Interesting.
Yeah. So a lot less damage to the shafts. I really don't see that we're going to have any issues with that. You're going to have to purposely try to break this trolling motor.
Well, thanks so much again for your time. You've been awesome.
Thank you.
I know there's
appreciate
a lot of hype on this. Everyone at home, if you get a chance, try it. It's pretty sweet, I got to admit.
We've been so busy, it's not even funny.
All right, we're going to cut out, but come back in about, 10 minutes? We might do the other. There's a few trolling motors. We're going to check them all out. Now, that's the first one I've looked at, and that's to say I'm very impressed right now. So come back in about 10 minutes. We'll be live again. Thanks a lot.